Hola food lovers, Stuart here coming to you today from Portugal. I'm on the central coast here in Portugal in a place called Peniche. I've got the Atlantic Ocean just in front of me here, and I'm going to go into the restaurant that I have behind me here, sit down and eat some of the best grilled fish that you can have anywhere in the world. So without further ado, let's go and sit down and get stuck into the meal. Vamos! Now, as I said, in my opinion, this is one of the best fish restaurants, one of the best grilled fish restaurants that I have tried in Portugal. First came here around 20 years ago when I first came to Portugal back in 1996, I think it was. The fish was fantastic back then, fantastic today too. The operation's a little bit different. Now the family of the original owners have taken over. They run it now. They've done this inside part up. Quite a rustic look going on in the restaurant, but as I said, it has been done up since we first came here around 20 years ago, as I said a minute or so ago. Another thing too is that the prices have gone up. Back in the day, you could have lunch here for around 14 euros a person, but of course with the inflationary prices that we have had over the years, eating in restaurants like this no longer as cheap as it used to be. But really looking forward to the meal today, the fresh fish meal, the grilled fresh fish meal, and some of the other things that will come with the fish. For example, the boiled potatoes, outstanding. On the table, as always, we have a dish of olives. We also have these things here in Portugal. Very common to see this on the table. Pâtés, cheese, different dips, some butter as well. Of course, you get charged for everything that you consume. The wine has arrived. Washing this meal down today with a litre of Portuguese white house wine. Don't worry, I'm not going to drink it all, but a glass or two with the meal today, no doubt. The food has arrived. I'm going to show you exactly what we've got on the table. Just swooshing a fly away that seems to be hovering around here. A little bit annoying, but what can we do? We've ordered enough fish for 3 people. We've got this individual sea bass, a smaller one there. I'll tell you the prices at the end of the meal, of course. We've also gone for the bigger version here, which is enough for 2 people. It comes with a fresh garden salad as well, which has green peppers, tomatoes, onions and lettuce, and a simple olive oil and a vinegar dressing, and also with boiled potatoes, enough for 3 people. Now the fish comes out whole. It's been split in half. So what you have to do is take the fish off the bone if you want to eat it without any problems. That's what I'm going to do now. Amazing how easily the fish separates from the bone here. Incredibly well cooked, bones running through it, so you have to be careful to take all of those out when you are putting the fish on the plate, which is not easy. And you can get an idea of exactly how much fish is coming off this big sea bass that we've got here that I'm preparing for my son. There's some bones in that piece there, so I'll just try and get those out if I can. Excuse my fingers. 3 or 4 bones there. And this is about half a fish that's going on the plate now. You can see exactly what we've got going on. A little bit less. I'll leave a little bit here just in case he wants to go back for seconds. But we can see how much fish has come off that half of the big sea bass. Now, time to prepare the smaller sea bass, which is a fairly decent sized fish, enough for 1 person, I would say. Let me get some of the fish on the plate here. Let's get rid of the bones, and we'll see how much fish I end up with here from the smaller version of the sea bass. Now, I understand that some people prefer their fish filleted. They don't like to deal with bones on the plate. For me, I don't care. I like fish any way it comes out, whether it's served this way, which is the typical Portuguese way of serving fish, or at least in this part of Portugal. Many, many restaurants around this area do exactly the same thing. But as I said, over the years, I reckon that this is the best fish place that I've personally found. People might disagree, but come here for yourself, check out the food, and let me know, but never disappointed. Now, I've managed to get a fair bit of the fish off the bone. This is what I'm dealing with here on the plate. A fairly big quantity of fish, I would say. Enough for 1 person. I'm going to get some salad and some potatoes as well. Let me put some of these potatoes on the plate, perfectly boiled. Soft potatoes, well seasoned, absolutely perfect. And the combination between the fish, the salad, and the potatoes is unbelievable. What I like to do is break the potatoes up a little bit, if I can, and then what I'm going to do is dress the potatoes with some of this Portuguese olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, as we can see here on top. There's no need for any salt because there's enough salt on the potatoes. I'm going to get some of this salad as well, if I can. Tomato, cucumber, green pepper, and some lettuce. And the way they do salads here in Portugal, they're simple. There's no fancy dressings. It's just olive oil, vinegar, salt, and that's it. And incredibly fresh produce, which is the secret to Portuguese cooking, without a doubt. Now I'm going to try this fish. I've never had a bad experience when it comes to fish here, and I don't think that today is going to be any different. Let's see. Absolutely amazing. Perfectly grilled on the coals outside, on the barbecue that they've got outside. People that do it are experts in their trade, and absolutely perfect. The potatoes, as I mentioned, cooked to perfection. And the tomato, look at the colour of that local tomato here. And this, in my opinion, is Portuguese cuisine at its finest. There's nothing fancy. It's all simple. Fresh fish, potatoes, fresh salad, perfectly dressed. Can't ask for anything more. Try some of this wine to combine. Yeah, that's hit the spot. And if you like fresh fish and you happen to be in Portugal, on this part of Portugal, on the central coast, you've got to come to this place here. By far the best restaurant in the area for this food. Now you probably think that I'm exaggerating, but look how perfectly that fish is cooked. And it's perfectly salted. And you can probably tell by the noise levels that this is a popular place. The service here is also very, very good. The wait staff, very attentive. They've had the same wait staff for a number of years now. They know what they're doing. The food comes out quickly at this time of the year. Maybe not during the summer months when it gets very, very busy here. But at this time of the year, what are we in? April 2025. The service is very, very good at this time of the year. So what more can you ask for? Good service, fantastic food, fantastic fresh food. Win-win. Now, if that's not the best fish meal that you can have anywhere on the Iberian Peninsula, whether it be here in Portugal or in Spain as well, I'll go here because that is fantastic. And there's virtually nothing left. I'm going to show you exactly what's left on this plate. Absolute carnage. And all I need to do now is get these final pieces of bread and mop up all of the juices that I've got on the plate. This is the treat of the meal. Now I know what you guys are thinking, Stuart, why have you got an orange on your plate and not some of the fantastic desserts that Portugal has on offer? Well, the reason is that my diet for 2025 has started. If I want to trim down, get rid of some of the excess kilos that I've put on over the last few months doing these videos, I have to eat fruit. And it's a shame because Portugal does have some very, very, very good desserts. But at least it is a nice orange. Now the meal is over. Time to get the bill, pay for the bill. They don't bring the bill to the table. You have to pay for it in another room. So I'm going to wrap this video up outside with views of the Atlantic Ocean. So let's go. Now what about that for a view? Unfortunately, the restaurant that I was just in doesn't have ocean views, but you can come outside and experience everything that the Atlantic has to offer. Now, the bill has been paid. For three of us, 73 euros and 80 cents. Not sure if you can see that there, but that is the price that we have paid. So, the breakdown. The jug of wine, 1 litre, was 6 euros. My son had an iced tea, €1.80. The bread, €1.20. Dessert for the family, €3.80. My partner had a coffee, €1. The big sea bass was 40 euros. and the small sea bass was 20 euros. Total price 73 euros and 80 cents. So my final thoughts, and basically you guys know exactly what I'm going to say. That was without a doubt one of the best fish meals that I have had. I've been to that restaurant many times over the years, and every time I go into that place, I come out very, very satisfied indeed. 73 euros and 80 cents. It's not as cheap as it used to be. As I mentioned earlier in the video, before you could eat here two people for 12 euros 50, 13 euros each, 25, 26 euros. Now it's a lot more than that, but of course we're in the year 2025 and it's not 2010 anymore. So that was the price today. In general, I'm going to give this place a solid 4.9 out of 5. Absolutely fantastic. That goes for food, that goes for service, that goes for everything that we have had today. A solid 4.9 out of 5. If you're in this part of Portugal, do yourself a favor. If you want to eat good, fresh, grilled fish, this is the place to come to. Don't worry about going to the other places here. This is the place to come to. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. What did you think of the meal that I had today? Would you eat something like that? Let me know. Do you think it was good value for money? Let me know in that comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Become a subscriber of the channel if you have not done so already, and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video that I post. Until the next video, hasta luego from fantastic Portugal.